What's up, guys, and welcome to this another cast in Rome 2 Total War. This is from another tourney. We have now encountered a new tourney, which is the Master Series, Master of Numidia, or Massassoli, as it's called in English. And yep, I was keen. Yeah. Fuck. Well, I was sent a few battles from this tournament, and I'm happy to custom review. I hope you will enjoy it, and let's jump into it. So this is a battle between well, it's between Massassoli and Syracuse, of course, but it's between, I think it's between Hamilkar Barca and the Lord. Hamilkar Barca coming from the first Guards clan, and Ars Chosen from my and Lord from my clan, the Ars Chosen clan, and I believe this is game 1. So we'll have Numidia against Syracuse. So maybe I think I have to explain the system a bit to you guys, because I don't know if many of you have played those Master Series or if you've ever encountered a tournament like that. So Master Series, of course, is about a faction, a special faction that you want to master, which is the name of this tournament. So in this case it's Numidia. The battle works as follows. You have it's a best of 3. And I'm way too loud. I'm so sorry, guys. 1 second. Yeah, I basically do this mistake every single battle, I know. But my master is always so low when I'm recording, so I have to turn it down. Okay, so yeah, this is the Master Series format. So the battles will be best of 3, and in each battle, someone has to play Numidia. In this case, it's Hamilkar Barca. There's a list in each group, and whoever plays Numidia first is decided by who is on top in the list. So in this case it's Hamilkar Barca above Lord in the list. The list has been made randomly. It's not about ranks in game or something like that, so it's just about getting an order when to play Numidia first. And this is Hamilkar Barca. Hamilkar Barca, this little fucker, is on the very top of the list, so he's always going to be able to play Numidia first, and he does so in this battle. Lord has chosen Syracuse. There is a map pool, of course, like in every single Master tournament, where a map pool where you can choose from the faction to play against Numidia. I think in this tournament match, the faction pool is quite interesting, I have to say. There are a few factions stronger than Numidia. Well, stronger is stronger in this case is a very, let's say, irrelevant indicator, because, you know, in the end it always depends on the skills of each player. But in this case, I think the faction pool was oh Jesus, it's a large one. It's a large one for sure. So yeah, maybe can't tell you all those factions, but Syracuse was among them, of course, and Lord has chosen it. So without further interruptions, we will go through the armies. Sorry. Well, I've had an interesting day, and speaking English is not really my favorite skill at the moment. So we have 3 armored Numidian cavalry, of course. That is a must-have as Numidia. We do have 4 Desert Vigiles with an upgrade. He upgrade Desert Vigiles. That's already the first point where I can love about the Barca, that he has upgraded Desert Vigiles. Fucking noob. No, don't worry, I love you. And we're having 2 Desert Legionaries, 3 Desert Legionaries, 4 Desert Legionaries, and a Desert Cohort. Which is obvious, because you can just bring 4 melee units in this game, in this tournament. We do have 4 heavy Numidian skirmishers, 1, 2, 3, 4. We do have 3 armored Desert Cavalry, and we do have a Numidian Spears with awesome upgrades. So Barca, you have to pay me for casting this fucking faggot. Okay. So let's hop over to Lord. We do have 2 militia supplies. We do have thorax supply, 2 thorax supplies. We do have 3. Okay, Alex, take your time. We do have 3 thorax supplies. Yes, 3 thorax supplies. We do have 2 militia supplies in the center. We do have 2 Sam Knights on each flank. We do have 2 mercenary veteran supplies. We do have a thorax supply, and we do have slingers, 3 slingers. We do have 3 mercenary Terran cavalry, and we do have 2 Tarentines. So this is gonna be an interesting one. Tarentines, I think, on the Greek side are also must-have because you can't just let those armored Numidian cavalry get around your flanks and into your back without any resistance. And Tarentines are basically the perfect unit because they have armor, so they can withstand the javelins quite a bit. They can throw javelins themselves. They also won't just die in melee, and you don't have to invest melee cav into it. So they're actually quite a decent counter to Numidian armors. Of course they can't beat them, they can just hold them off. Barca is now starting to aggress a little bit here, and he's gonna get a shot off. Lord is pushing up with his Tarentines, so he wants to re-aggress, so Barca has to pull back his Numidian armors, which is actually quite a nice move. I don't know if that was his intention or if he just forgot to macro his Tarentines, but I think it was his intention. But now Barca has him locked in, so he can basically shoot the Tarentines for free. But now Lord is pulling smartly back into the range back of Slingers, so Barca's gonna get double shotted if he doesn't pull back, and he just doesn't continue advancing, which is a nice move. But now this Tarentine now is completely trapped. You know, one thing I always hate about Numidia are those fucking armored Numidian cavalry. I mean, I have played against not only Barca but against many Numidian players, and those armored Numidian cavalries, man, they just fucking wreck you up. I mean, they are as fast as light bowcav. I mean, you can see that they are catching up to the Tarentines, and they are just gonna first throw them to death because they also have, of course, 41 missile damage, and they have marvelous melee stats. So, if you play against Numidia, you always have to silence that unit, otherwise you're gonna be fucked up. I can tell you that. I have lost enough nerves on that, and you're just gonna see that Tarentines are gonna be absolutely wrecked. Yeah, you see, he's even catching them by just running, and yeah, this point the battle is basically not the battle, but the Tarentine is basically done. We see the lines are holding; they're not advancing yet, but now Lord is advancing because he knows that he will have to advance because the armored Numidian cavalry shouldn't be allowed to be in his back, and I'm still not able to form proper sentences. Okay. Barca is now pulling back. Not because he's a pussy, because I think he wants his armored Numidians to do a bit more work. And he also doesn't want to engage that early. Which is understandable. We'll see how this turns out. Come on guys, do something. That's always the hardest part for the cast, you know, when you're like casting something and nothing happens and you're trying to make it look like it's normal. But I think now the battle will commence, and I'm still too loud. I'm so sorry. I mean, I had the massive volume turned low, but okay. Let's see. We have the mainline engagements about to start soon. The first line of Lord is obviously better than the first line of Barca, but that's not what Barca relies on. He does have a very potent second line, which Lord doesn't have. He does have actually 4 good units in reserve. Yeah, now he's attacking. The Viges will of course lose with Michelopotes, but he's gonna pull him back. Lord is gonna be pulling them back right not in time. He's charging Desert Legionaries, which will be the end of the Hoplites. Lord is a bit slow in the center because now he has this Sunlight exposed against the Desert Legionary. The charge wasn't good, but he's gonna get it. Versus the Hoplites, Target Hoplites against Desert Cohort will win it. If those were Desert Legionaries, the Target Hoplites I think would pull it off, but of course they don't because this is the Desert Cohort. Barca is now pushing up the left flank, he's summoning some units, he does have 2 Numidian skirmishers, he does have a Desert Viges, so I think he's gonna use the Testudo and Desert Vigilance and is trying to shoot down the Sam Knights, which is a pretty cocky move, but it works of course. The Militia Hoplites of course here are dying, and Lord is like very slow with his support. He does have very good units here in reserve, and he just doesn't move up with them. He could have pressured this flank a long time ago, and now he does, but it has taken a lot of time. And now this time that he's gonna go around the flank isolate, and it's gonna get shot by those heavy Numidian skirmishers. Lord is, I mean, Barca is doing I can't say too many good things about him because I don't want him to be happy, but he's playing this very nicely. Now Lord is pushing through with Mercenary Talents, which is a nice move, but Barca has seen it. The Testudo used just to keep those veteran Hoplites away from the fight. Now over here there's been a blob, slight blob. Lord will win that because he does have the mercenary some knights in reserve, and he's not pulling back his cavalry, which is wisely. He has already lost a few men, but now this blob, the Numidian skirmishers can now shoot into the flanks of the Sun Knights without basically any resistance. And now the Rangers can get a free charge and there's a Metropolis. This is unnecessary. He could have just left them there standing and engaged this one because the Metropolis are going to need a lot of time to finish off those. There's a visual. The Numidian Cav could actually just engage the Italian Cav at this point. It will rack them up, and now this is the typical Numidia point. This is the Numidia move. You have the armored Numidian cavalry free, and you can just clean it up. I mean, Lord Barca can now basically just clean up all the whole flank here. He can recharge here and here. Those units will whatever pretty soon, and he could also finish up this blob here. And he's gonna and then advance to here, then to here, and then maybe catch up this Italian cavalry. So at this point, the game is basically won for Numidia. Lord is going to be able to catch those skirmishes there. No, he isn't. This is the awkward one too. We just stand 5 meters away and we're not attacking each other. Yeah. Well, he does have Lord does still have cavalry left, but the skirmish is gonna get cleaned up. So he can't really aggressive with the Italian Cav because the Italian Cav will get hammered by this armor Cav anyway. Barca doesn't even have to retreat; he can actually just engage. And we have the general here. 90 men still remaining. The center of Syracuse is actually holding pretty well. But this is not what Barca relies on. This is not what Numidia relies on. Numidia relies on its skirmishes and on its cavalry, and the cavalry has done a great job in finish. Okay, that one, those ones are already going for the party. Yeah, well, no way, Barca's microing them now. Yeah, and this is the. Yeah, now Numidia just has way too much cavalry left, and it's gonna clean up the skirmishes and gonna clean up the line afterwards. Yep, here the left flank is waving. This unit will arrive soon enough. It doesn't matter whether those Italian cav are gonna get them. The mini armored skirmishers are very nice skirmishers. They have nice health, they have nice armor, and very decent melee stats. So yeah, this is a crucial Jeff volley. Ha! A mistake by Barca. Nice. And yes, he's kept his Dominion armored cavalry in the back. I don't know if he has forgotten to mark them, which would be another mistake. Or he just wanted to keep it in reserve, which is also fine. Yeah, Lord is now trying to clean up the center. He wants to get those units free, but it's already too late. I mean, Barca does have support incoming. He does have way too much cavalry, and I mean, he can also send those Dominion heavy skirmishers into combat, because now with those units starting to get winded and tired, they could defeat them very easily. But it doesn't matter. Lord has conceded, I think, yes. So we'll see. Well, Barca has killed any man of himself. That is a mistake. That's nice, Barca. What the fuck did you do there? So far so good. So let's check the results a bit. Sorry. There's the Dominion line did very well. Almost every unit got a chevron. I mean, very well is a quite interesting term, because this is a card that almost cost 1,000 and just get 100 killed. So, and I mean, they got the chevron, but the chevron is basically not enough. It doesn't matter though, because in this case, Numidia doesn't rely on its infantry, as I already said 20,000 times. It does rely on its cavalry and its skirmishers. The skirmishers didn't really have to do much, so they didn't really get a lot of. They did get a lot of kills. So I mean, those 65, 63, 32, and 24 kills are basically all very valuable infantry kills. And the cavalry did what it was supposed to do. This one did very well, those ones did very well, and this one got slightly caught up or something, or shot by a Terran, I don't know. The Desert Cavalry did what Desert Cavalry was supposed to do, just do something and kill anything and not die too soon. Yeah. For Lord, I have to say, there was no unit really performing well. I mean, you see those Tarantines, 8 kills together. The cavalry of Lord does have around 70 kills together. Yeah, he does have 70 kills. A bit more than 70 kills. Slingers didn't do much. I mean, 100 kills in total is not really worth it. The Marines did okay. I mean, they got a chevron and 70 kills, which is kind of okay. Shooting the calf, nicely done there. The Samnite unit did well. This Metropolis unit did well. The general was doing quite okay. So yeah, Barca really won this battle because of his very effective use of the Numidian skirmishes and the armored Numidian cavalry. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but good job, Barca. You won this first game, and yep. I think You know what? You know what? I'm just gonna continue and cast the other two games as well, if I can find them. Yep, this is the second game. So this game we have Lord switching to Massilia, because he's the lower one in the list, so he gets to play Numidia a second time, and Barca has chosen Carthage. A very interesting build. Yeah, I've played this Lord army before. I mean, I'm in the same group with him, so I had to play this Numidia build as well. And I can say that the first time you play it, it's fucking pain in the ass, because it's actually a really nice, really well built Numidia, because it has a lot of skirmish power, a lot of calf power, and also very good infantry, which is a deadly combo. We already see here on the screen that Barca has gone for just 4 heavy melee infantry and 1 heavy spear unit, which is interesting because the Carthaginian spears usually suck. And with suck, I mean sucking like shit. I mean, they're really fucking bad. I mean, they are hoplites, but hoplites nowadays in this patch are completely not completely worthless. I have to recorrect myself, but they're close to useless, at least in melee engagements. Yeah, Lord does bring 3 armored Numidian cavalry, which is hopefully no surprise. 3 armored desert cavalry. I mean, the armored desert cavalry is, I think it's basically shit cavalry, just with less armor and better melee stats. So I think they kind of equal themselves out. We do have 4 heavy Numidian skirmishers. We do have 2 tribal slingers. So very heavily skirmish focused army, which is justified because Numidia does have very nice cavalry, so he can protect them all. And his line is also nice because he does have the typical under 4 5 11 4 5 4. Yeah, fuck it. 4 5 11 melee, I think is 4 5 11. So 5 melee and 4 of the same, which under this lineup is the most common one. 2 Desert Legionaries, 1 Desert Guard, 2 Desert Legionaries, so 4 Desert Legionaries and 1 Desert Guard, accompanied by 3 Desert Vigiles. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot the Carthage army. So for Carthage we do have 4 lately living hoplites, very nice hoplites for their price. They have 80 armor, which is astonishing, and they have 30 bonus large, which makes them the absolute fuckers in terms of low tier. Just layer 3 are the even better fuckers because they have javs. I mean, if you would have lately living hoplites with 80 armor, 30 bonus large, and javs, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I would have jumped out of the window if I would have played against them, but luckily they don't have javs, so we'll see how this goes. He does have 3 Cretans, so very heavily skirmish focused build. No, not skirmish focused, but very nice skirmish. The Numidians, the Cretans kill faster than the Balearics, which is, I think, kind of useful against Numidia. So nice choice there by Barca. He does have 2 Samnites. No, he does have 2 Samnites, and he does have 2. He does have 3 Samnites, sorry, and 1 living infantry. He does have Carthaginian hoplite as in melee. He does have 1 Celtic in reserve and 1 more late living hoplite. So we have 4 late living hoplites and a noble cavalry plus 3 Scutari. The Scutari cav is better than the Carthaginian cav. I mean, it does have less armor, but it does have 15 bonus with its large. It does have way better melee stats. So in general, those 70 pounds more, they pay off pretty well. He does have Numidians, Numidian cavalry, so some traders here to Massilia, which is justified. I mean, I'm not a fan of just copying the other build and just trying to have something to. I mean, I don't know about those 3 Numidians. They can be effective, of course, but they rely on the javelins, and I mean, the armored Numidians don't. So if those mercenaries just fail 1 or 2 of the javelins, they become worse and worse useful, and they cost 550, so they're very expensive. The melee engagement starts. Barca is focusing on the desert cohort, the most expensive unit on the field in terms of melee infantry, which is justified. I mean, Lord can push up, but lately nobles do have a lot of armor and they can go top of the wall, and yes, they will of course beat the desert vigiles. Now he is getting a nice charge. Lord doesn't respond in time. The javelin is missing. Oh no, it hit a few security calf, which is nice. Yeah, nice follow up there with some nice and nice Jeff Wallace there, which is pain in the ass for Scutari minus 12 man already. Desert Guard has already lost 13 man, which is useful for the Carthaginian hoplites because now they can hold on in melee a lot better than they would otherwise. Lord is here focusing on the Cretans. Barca is way too close here, yeah, and he notices it, so he's pulling back his Cretans, which is a very nice choice. He does not aggress with his flanks yet, which is an interesting choice. Yeah, right here, there's legions are getting fucked, but Barca does still get the charges. I mean, he's getting the charge bombs here. They don't even get to further jabs. Oh, they do actually, but a lot of them are getting interrupted. Barca's gonna get a nice clean up charge with the Sunlights, and the Sunlights will beat the dozen legionaries anyway in 1-to-1 head combat. So this is gonna be even more decisive. And here is another example. So very nice charges too by Barca. This is going quite well actually for Barca at the moment. He managed to get very favorable engagement. He's doing it another time. Nicely done there by Barca, and yes, this is a very clean charge, and the limited infantry they're gonna follow up. They will beat the legionaries now. I don't even know if they will beat them in 1-to-1 single combat, but they definitely do now. Yeah, the Semnites here are just racking up the kills, and here they're also gonna be winning, I think. Yeah, now Lord is pushing with the armors, and now Barca has to pull back. But Barca now has just very few cav left, and he can engage here. Oh, he didn't get a charge there, which is unfortunate. But Lord just does have marvelous support cavalry. Barca does have infantry in reserve, which is very nice. He can support this fight pretty well. Now, yeah, now just both cavalries are gonna die here because this is just a waste of ammunition for actually both sides because both cav are gonna die here. That's a very nice charge there by Barca Lord, but they just have had very few men remaining. This is a very nice focus fire here, holy shit. I mean, he can even engage if there's 1 Numidian skirmishers and keep them in the fight and then shooting them with the others, but he's deciding to charge with the Numidian armors, and now he can't because the general's still there, never mind. And you see the armored Numidians, they don't have problems just cleaning up the whole flank despite melee cav, spears, and 2 other Jeff cav units being there. Desert armored cavalry is being caught, but the Numidians are focusing on the desert armored cavalry, which is unfortunate because they should focus on the armored Numidians, and here they get caught, and this is the end. That's why I wouldn't bring them, because they're so vulnerable. You have to pay attention, you have to babysit them all the time, and here Barca, well, as everyone does sometimes, fails to babysit them, which marks the end of them. The Numidian cavalry here can hold the noble cav in combat easy peasy. Now Lord can engage with his skirmishers as melee infantry to shoot them in the back, and now he's shooting the slingers onto the general, focusing down. The Numidian cav can hold out a little bit longer. It's gonna waver though. Somehow the infantry of Lord of Barca didn't win. I mean, the support was great, but the Numidian skirmishers they fired frontally, so I don't know what actually happened there. Yeah, this is a fight now between the Armored Desert Cav and the Scutari. The Scutari were very low. Yeah, they're not gonna like that. Lord is focusing on the Numidian Cav, which is a very nice choice. Barca here just keeping his Numidian Cav in reserve. He's not aggressing at them. I don't know about that. He's keeping his general alive to protect his Cretans, but now the Cretans and the general are way too far away from the actual front line. And Lord is winning that because he simply has more units, and those armored Numidian skirmishers are worth every single coin in gold. I mean, 540 for basically a melee unit with 41 missile damage, and holy shit, yeah, that's marvelous. That's a very nice javelin there. 20 kills on 1 javelin and a chevron. Yeah, and there Lord is gonna finish off the mercenary Cretans. And I mean, do you see the Numidians? They haven't done much in this, but I mean, oh, they somehow almost have a chevron on each, which is actually quite nice, to be honest. But I don't know if it's worth it for like 1,500, and here they're getting caught again. And this is the point where Barca concedes the battle. This is gonna be a victory for Mr. Lord. So we're tied up 1-1. I actually should ask Sarah how he does those animations where, like, you know, the score is popping up like on top of the screen. I don't know how that works. I have to ask him. Numidia with those pelters, you can already see difference that Numidia almost kills way more of his own men than the Carthage does, because Numidia does have those pelters, and the pelters are very inaccurate if it comes to long range, so they can likely shoot their own men if they shoot the other units from the front. So yeah, this is a slight detail about Numidia. Overall, nice kills here on the skirmish. This one did poorly. Nice one here with Desert the generals. The Numidian skirmishers did wonderful. I mean, the infantry line did what infantry line is supposed to do, just holding. The Desert Legionaries did what they were supposed to do, which is just dying. Barca, his cavalry didn't really pay off at all. The Numidians didn't pay off at all. This general did okay. He was kept in reserve and was able to catch off a few depleted units, so it's, well, Kind of fair. I don't really think he's worth it against Numidia with so many Jav units and skirmishers. The Queens did absolutely nothing, which is unfortunate. Nice. Now I finally have a statistic where I can actually trash talk him a lot. Well, let's see. His mana did okay actually. I mean, he got nice charges. I have to say he had nice charges with the cavalry, so I'm quite surprised that his melee line didn't break through a bit faster. The late Libyan Hoplites did what late Libyan Hoplites are supposed to do, which is holding. Celtics did okay. I mean, they weren't too involved in the fights, I think, actually. And the Hoplites hold it, so they all kind of did their job, except those units that should have done their job but didn't, which is the cavalry and the skirmishes, and that's why Lord has won the game. Pretty convincingly, actually, like Barca winning the first game. So we're tied up 1-1, and this is going to be the decider. It's going to be Numidia versus Numidia. Yeah, I'm just going to cast all the battles, all 3 battles in a row, because, you know, I'm actually too lazy to just cast one, then stop the cast again, upload it again, and stuff like that. So I'm just going to do it here. All 3 battles. Yeah, this is Numidia versus Numidia because, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that in the 3rd battle, a special rule is that you have to play with the faction you won in the previous battle. So, if you won with, let's say, Syracuse against Massilia, and then you lose the battle with Massilia against, let's say, Galatia, then the 3rd battle will be Syracuse, the faction you won with, against Galatia, the faction your opponent won with. So, it's actually quite an interesting little setup. And we'll see how this goes. If my PC would allow to load the replay. And it does. So, we're on the Metasena. I mean, the map pool, I actually don't know exactly what the map pool was, but most players normally actually pick Metasena, so not a big deal. This is... ooh. Fuck, because you know, I have those replays for both guys, because you know, I think Hamilkar sent me one, and Lord sent me 2, so I actually don't know who's playing Numidia. I mean, they're both playing Numidia, but who's playing this Numidia? So, let's say the yellow Numidia does have, oh yeah, it's oh yeah, okay, he does have upgrades on the desert region, so it's gonna be Barca. Yeah, the Nubia one, I knew it. So yeah, this is 2 desert visualize. 4 desert visualize, I'm sorry. 2 with an upgrade, the Numidian Spearmen with an upgrade, the 3 armor desert cav, the 4 Numidian skirmishers, and the front line of 2 desert legionaries. 4 desert legionaries and 1 desert cohort, so yeah, the same army he brought in Battle 1, alongside 3 armored Numidian cavalry. Lord does bring the same army as he did in Battle 2, which will be 2 slingers, 2, 3... oh wait, actually no, he does bring a different one. He does bring 2 desert visualists. He does bring an armored Numidian spearman, which is interesting. The armored Numidian spearman, in my opinion, a very nice little unit. They are hoplites, more or less, and they have the thing that that makes them attractive, in my opinion, is the bonus versus large, and not the bonus versus large, the cavalry counter tactics, because they are basically hoplites with cavalry counter tactics, and they are not very heavy. They're just heavy with the 75 armor, so they are quite a bit faster than hoplites, and they're very nice cav support units, in my opinion. They're obviously not as overpowered as those Sabian units, which have both hoplite wall and cav contacts, which is kind of insane. But anyway, I have to go over the builds again. So we have 2 desert visualists, we do have 1 armored Numidian, we do have 2 tribal slingers, we do have 4 armored Numidian skirmish. Okay, I really should take more time looking at the armies, because he does have actually just 2 tribal slingers, 1 tribesman, and 3 heavy Numidian skirmishers. So he traded 1 desert vigilate and a heavy Numidian skirmisher to with armored Numidian spear and a tribesman, which is a fair deal, in my opinion. He does have 2 desert armor, 3 desert armor cavalry, and he does have 3 Numidian armors as well. No, wait, yeah, he does have 3 Numidian armors as well. Yeah, we see Barca is aggressing. Not only starting the game here, but also aggressing in game. I really hope he doesn't message me now. Yeah, he's pushing the flanks. I mean, he's always been quite an aggressive player with his skirmish cav. I mean, but in this case, I think it doesn't make any sense, because he does have 3 armored Numidian cavalry versus 3 armored Numidian cavalry. Lord is now isolating his armored Numidian business, which is not good. Yeah, he's pulling back now. Very nice, very wise choice. Yeah, Barca's trying to chase him, but I don't think he's gonna get a new nice Jeff while he's out there. Yeah, he doesn't. Lord should pull in his armored Numidians, not those armored Desert Cav, which is interesting. Yeah, this flank Barca does nothing. He's managing now his main army. He's starting the engagements in. He's starting his movements onto the flanks, moving up his main line. Now things look quite interesting because the main line of Lord is stronger than the line of Barca, just simply because of those armored Numidian spearmen, which can be quite devastating. Yeah, both going into square formation. The way, all the way. I have to screenshot that. Wait, 1 second. No, wait. No, fuck. There we go. Okay. So we have them both in square formation, which is which is very nice to see. Lord is now abandoning his vision, which is quite unfortunate. He's trying to. I think he's trying to overwhelm a flank because he's now shifting back this flank and pulling frontwards with that flank. He's almost caught those armored Dominions, but it's really not worth it charging them because they're the same unit basically, man. So just leave them. And here he does have melee cav unit, which is even worse because now he's losing more and more men. There the melee engagement starts. Yeah, there's Legionnaires versus there's Legionnaires, nothing to see. Those Legionnaires they were thrown out of chest, so they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose now. There's a Legion, which is quite interesting actually. Yeah, this is another engagement. There's a Legions versus there's a Legionaries with even a charge. From those armored Desert Numidian cavalry, no, this Legionary unit is gonna be winning, and he does have heavy Numidian skirmishers in support against those armored Numidian cavalries, and I'm double timing at the moment. This armored Numidian cavalry, is gonna get caught by this other one. It's just not what I expected actually. Yeah, he can just ignore it because I mean he doesn't even engage it, and he still kill it off basically, which is kinda insane. Yeah, no, this armored Numidian cavalry is gonna lose heavily due to the fire and to this unit engaging. Oh no, he's pulling it out. Wisely done. Now the main line is just standing around. Lord is now pushing up, and he does have the stronger main line now. Yeah. Meanwhile, this fight is still going on. Those armored Numidian cav will now lose officially because it's fighting against. It's fighting against 2 units, but oh yeah, this one is full. Okay, I already thought that if they were both depleted, then this would be a big problem for Ragnar here. Yeah, Lord is now wasting his armored Numidian cavalry because he knows that there's one more healthy than his one there, and he's just charging the heavy Numidian skirmishers, which can tank auto charge. Mainline engagement has started here, and it has started here, and here the engagement is gonna start now, and here Ragnar's got a nice rear charge, not rear charge, a frontal charge. Yeah, he's correcting the. Well, this charge was kind of useless, but it's a charge. Oh, I didn't catch it. He did already get wiped out, and now Ragnar doesn't have Ragnar. Hamilkar doesn't have another unit in the back, so he has to shoot it with his Numidian skirmishers. He does do a nice job at shooting it, though. It's a desert cohort. The Numidian skirmishers are engaging Numidian skirmishers, and then Barca has to interact with those flanks now because he does have the superior flanks and the superior cavalry, because Lord has wasted basically all of his cavalry, and now Barca has a lot of free cavalry, but he's so close. He can get Jaffa pretty easily. He's finishing off the tribesmen and the tribal slingers, which is a nice choice. And he can actually engage this Desert Cav, but he's pulling away. Yeah, he can get off a lot of Jeffs actually there. Nice job. Barca is now finishing off the right flank, Lord's right flank and his left flank. He can still shoot there with the Numidian skirmishers if they have ammunition left. They don't, which is unfortunate. Yeah, but now he's just chasing and finishing off the skirmishes here. He still has ammunition left, as it seems, apparently. Oh, there's another armored Numidian cavalry from Lord, I see. That's why he pulled back before. Okay, so we see Barca, yeah, Lord is just wasting his time chasing him, but now Barca is giving him an opportunity to make up for that, because his armored Desert Cav is gonna get absolutely shredded. He does get the second charge of his armored Numidians, and now Barca should just move in his general against the armored heavy Numidian skirmishers. It's a very nice javelin here by Lord against the armored Desert Cavalry, and Barca can't punish it because there's another armored Numidian cavalry incoming. He can double up. Though, actually, technically with his cavalry. The Desert Cavalry will beat the Legionnaires. There's a Lord is pulling his skirmishers, but they are getting attacked by Vigilance, which is getting attacked in the back by Armored... Oh, by Vigilance. Those are the Armored Dominion Spearmen. Here you can see the Armored Dominion Spearmen coming into account, because if those were Desert Vigilance, they would probably rot now due to the research, but because those are Heavy Dominion... Armored Dominion Spearmen, they will finish off both those units and this unit and that unit, which is actually kinda insane. Now I can go back to normal. We do see the Armored Dominion Cavalry finishing off the Desert Armored Cavalry, but it's getting shot by Tribal Slingers, which is nice. There's Lord's Armored Dominion. It has taken a lot of casualties, actually. Yeah, down to 34 men already. Ooh, that's... Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. So we see... Now we see the Armored Dominion Cavalry recharging the General, which is already getting attacked by those legions, and this is gonna hurt the General quite a lot. I mean, they are having Dominion skirmishes, so they're gonna tank that first charge out quite nicely. He's now just continuing through Tribal Slingers, and now this Armored Dominion Cavalry Offlord is gone. So Barca basically won the game at this point. I'd say he does have a lot more. He does have the better cavalry left, and he can finish off those infantry units quite nicely. He should pull out his armored desert cavalry now, though. Yeah, he does now, pulling through, which he's allowed to do because he knocked down the unit before. He's recharging again with the armored desert with the armored Numidian cavalry, trying to finish off the general, which just doesn't want to die. Well, not doesn't want to die, but doesn't want to waver. Here, those 70 Numidian skirmishers, they are holding their own against those legions, which is a thing you can see quite often now. But they are not going to get shredded apart. He does have a few tribesmen there in the back, and also a full Numidian spearman in the back. Barca, what the fuck? Holy shit, you little faggot. You forgot a unit. What a noob. Okay, yeah, this is... oh shit. What a noob battle here. Nah. Yeah, he's now shooting up the heavy Numidian spearmen. The heavy Numidian spearmen do have counter cavalry tactics. They haven't activated yet. Yes, now they do. And now Barca could actually engage them in melee because they are tired and the skirmishers are fresh. So the skirmishers will actually win the fight against any armored Numidian spearmen. He does have legionaries in support. He does have... That was an awful charge there by the armored desert cav. Well, he can keep those legions busy. Now the heavy Numidian skirmishers of Lord are wavering. Barca's now finishing off the last tribal slingers there, and yes, this is a GG. Barca wins Lord in a best of 3 series. It's a 2-1 for Barca. He doesn't even use his Numidian spearman with an upgrade. What a boss. And yep, this is it. Game over. Last units of Lord are wavering. Very nice battle there. Numidia versus Numidia. You can already see that Lord, compared to Barca, wasted his cav. I mean, he had 1 cav less than he usually does, if I'm correct. Because like I recall him having 3 armored desert cav, which could have been crucial actually in this battle. I mean, Barca also wasted him. I mean, he had 4 kills, 5 kills. Lord is even worse with 2 kills, which is almost impossible. Yeah, they both wasted their cavalry there, but. Yeah, also this one and this one, Barca did a lot better though with his armored Numidian cavalry. This armored desert cav did also very well. Double Sharon, 109 and 195 kills, very nice, very impressive. This Numidian cavalry, I mean, those 3 in total have like 100 kills, I think, right? Yeah, mostly. The skirmishers did evenly. I think, yeah, Lord skirmishers did actually better because they had like 90 kills, 93, 85. All 3 of them have a chevron. But I think Barca mainly used his ones skirmishing. So I mean, you see those ones 76 and 62. They haven't fought in melee yet, which is so quite effective use still, I'd say. The line of lords, I mean, of Barca did interesting. Those ones got fucked up like shit. Those ones, the rest did actually quite well. This Desert Court even getting a double chevron, which is very nice. There's a Vigilary as well. Do what Desert Vigilers are supposed to do. Lord's line, actually, the Desert Court, he did also pretty well, but the line, the line here, something happened there. I think I didn't catch it completely, but somehow his line got shredded, and he did just have 2 Desert Vigilers, which did as much as Barca's, just dying. This one even got 0 kills. That's depressing. The Armored Numidian Spears did very well in my opinion. 200 kills, chevron, maybe almost a double chevron, I don't know. Tribal Slingers did okay, and the Tribesman, I don't know, I'm not a fan of cheap pelts. I mean, you know, those Jellyman with like 32 damage, but basically no melee stats and armor. I really don't know about them paying off. I mean, I'm a fan of pelts in general, especially those heavy Numidian skirmishes with 41 damage and stuff. But I would always get get a cavalry more and less infantry as Numidia, and less worth infantry as Numidia than better infantry and just tribesmen, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this is the series. Hamilkar Barca took it 2-1 against AC Lord. Unfortunately for Lord, he did play well across the series. Both played well across the series, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.